My name is Francisco Luna. I am a member of ADACT since last year, June 15, 2012, and I am undocumented and unafraid, undocuqueer and unashamed. From this action, I hope to get to transcend or send a message to the community, a wake-up call for them to come out of the shadows and to hold our congressmen and women accountable to their actions, for them to fight for our communities, for the reunification of families, and to stopping deportations and separations of families where there becomes mixed statuses or just the whole family being undocumented. This action is it's really an agitating action where for me is a time and place to agitate my community, to educate my community, to let them know that they have their voice and that they could be heard, and as well that they don't have to sit behind TVs or closed doors, that they could step out and speak up and hold those entities accountable for what their actions are doing to our community. So it's a lot of sense of empowerment. I belong here because I have adapted to the language, I have picked up in the culture. Not only that, I have developed myself to the person that I am because of the struggles that I've been here in my home country, which I consider by heart. Um, it's the only place that has seen me fully grow and develop myself as a human being, as a man of trust and passion for my community, for my career, um, for those standing around me. So without me being here, it would be an empty home. So why not me, my humanity, why not fill it up with my presence and make it my home? The double struggle, harsh life is many times I consider it a blessing because otherwise I would not be sticking up for others when they're in situations of injustice. I'd be a hypocrite. So me being here, it's a lot of strength within myself, but at the same time there's a lot of tear down. So it's a harsh life because you go through a lot of injustice, you go through a lot of prejudice, you go through a lot of fingers are pointing at you and looking at you down, when in reality you're best than anything. So if the world didn't care, if people didn't care, we all be ashes at this moment. People should care because we're getting to that point. We're getting to a world where nobody has feelings, where nobody cares, when someone dies and there's no compassion, there's no feelings, there's no emotions going through. Um, People should care because there's families being torn apart. There's little kids being left alone. Um, there's a lot of situations where a family member will really feel strong in their family, will really feel connected, and when that family is broken apart, there's no sense of connectivity. There's a lot of disconnect from this world, from their own community, from their own self being. So uh, if you don't care, you're just being selfish, and you don't look at what's best in humanity. You just look at what's worst, and you try to make yourself feel better instead of you yourself being better of what truly better is, and making others in your community better. This week we're targeting our here locally in the state of Arizona, Matt Salmon, District 5 representative, and also Representative Ed Pastor from District 7. So we want Ed Pastor to be a leader. We want him to stop saying that he's behind closed doors and helping us. We want him to take leadership and be outside, having other conversations with leaders in Congress and saying what's important for us, what we want, uh, what the community wants, and not just what he thinks what we want. Uh, for Matt Salmon, we really want for him to we want to give him that space. We're giving him that space to fight for our families, for the faith community, for the family unity, and the aspect of little kids not being left alone because their parents were deported just for only a simple cause of uh, their own parents' actions, or the simple cause of them working day by day to provide to the table. So there's really they are our main targets for this action, but we also want them to carry our message to the Congress, to the greater House of Representatives, for immigration reform to pass with a good dream title. And not only that, for our parents, our uncles, our aunts, all of those that fall between the cracks of a broken immigration system. I encourage other folks to go to their local organizations to be volunteers. But first of all, to educate themselves about these laws, like what they mean for the community, what they mean for themselves, what they could tear down in a family, what they could bring out of their family. So there's a lot of great opportunities. Just educate yourself, listen up, and make those calls if you know your district, the district that you live in, and you know your congressmen, congresswomen, who they are. Make sure you hold them accountable to their promises and be sure that they're listening to you and not to themselves.